Hello, and how are we all? Um, got Studio One loading right now, and might do some music a little bit later, but just wanted to broadcast real quick and talk about stuff, about music, about life, about everything, really. I like to just ramble about things. So let us begin with the Zelensky and Trump. If anyone hasn't noticed that things are kind of weird there, would you like to know why? Does anyone remember during the Russia hoax, Trump contacted Ukraine and asked for them to find some information on Joe Biden? You know who they talked to over there? Zelensky. Zelensky told him, no, we're not doing that. Look, you don't have to actually investigate him, just announce that you're looking into it. That's Trump's big thing, the announcement. Just announce you are. Because of corruption, no. No. This whole thing with Zelensky, the yelling at him in the fucking Oval Office, the dicking with him about a piece. They got a revamped one. Yeah, well, you don't have shit without me unless you talk to me. Not unless you talk to American people. Again, we, the vast majority of American people, want to help the Ukrainians. The vast majority that are not. I'd rather be Russian than Democrat. Realize that'd make you Russian, not American? You realize that, right? Mr. Burn Your Own Keurig and Nike gear? No, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised you don't know that. Russia hoax. And yet, how many people were, oh no, Vladimir Putin, and were for it when aid to Ukraine got canceled? Because we were aiding them, we were helping them, they were winning, they were close to being done. And then Trump took office. So this Russia hoax, it might have been authorized. The aid had been authorized. Stopping Russia was an important thing to us. Remember? Anyone remember? Red Dawn. He made a remake of it with Hemsworth. Nothing. And then with just very one fucking, not even one term, just one asshole injecting his own I don't fuck children reality. I'm not in the Epstein files reality into real reality. So we don't have two realities. We have two perceptions of reality. There's one reality. Then we have a bunch of people going, I don't think that's the way it is at all. I think Gavin Newsom's the bad guy. I think Trump's the good guy. But whether you fall on Trump's a good guy, Trump's a bad guy, neither one of those is reality. Because reality is America is the bad guy. Americans or the bad guy. I know, it's a shock, right? It's absolute stunner. The greatest country in the world. Why is it the greatest country? Because it's the richest? That's not true. It's not true. We're the smartest? No. We're the anything of value. No. We create the best. No. We build the. No. No. Just no across the board. We probably make the best Kentucky bourbon. I'll give you that. We probably make the best California wine. Probably. Give someone else a chance, they probably beat us at that too. That's all it takes to be in Kentucky. Okay. Because they're shutting down. They're closing down. Was it not Jack Daniels? Jim Beam? One of those two. Shutting down. Thanks, Trump. Eggs are so ridiculous. Okay, so, I mean, you don't get credit for driving the price of eggs up to $5 a dozen. And then you get back down to $3 when it started at like $1.50, heading towards $2. If he returns everything back to the way it was when he took office, that's not a success. That's just undoing his stupidity. But it's not about that at all. It's just about Trump getting what he wants. Because he's used so many people, betrayed so many fucking people, that he has hyperextended to the Saudis. He's hyperextended to the Russians. He's hyperextended to probably every fucking shady, miscreant way of getting money. He's probably in debt to them. It's been fairly important for the Republican scheme, which is the same. Understand, it was the same scheme as under Reagan. They just didn't want. One thing they didn't have was that Trumpian pull, because Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney couldn't say, fuck these Mexicans. Could they? They're politicians. It has to come out in busing, border, taxes, infrastructure bill, the strain on the system, housing, undocumented. You know what I mean? It's never like, fuck them. Fuck them. We don't like them. We don't want them. We don't need them. We never did need them. We won't need them ever. Because they're stupid and they don't understand how things work. The creation of the white race was just simply to keep poor whites and poor other races from joining together and outnumbering the rich, because the rich are very few. If you don't know this, it means, like I said, at least you're not a nigger. At least you're white. You got that going for you. They're slaves. They're born to be slaves and gonna be slaves. Okay, that's true. You just accept the horribleness of what someone says to you just because that means it's somewhere in there already. and or you don't want to be harassed. Fuck you, man. That's bullshit. Oh, you were one of them. Well, I'm not, but I mean, people are, sounds like, but it's known. It's been that way. For example, my dad used to work on copy machines, and it was for this like Minolta or something, one of those companies, and they'd send him out to work on different copy machines and shit. And there's a particular Martin Luther King Day, and so my dad got to the place he's supposed to work at, and he's worked it before, and the guy's always been cordial and nice. But the printer, the copy machine, is behind like a partition, and so he's working there. Without checking the room or anything, the guy walks in, the guy that starts lambasting Martin Luther King Day and telling racist jokes. My dad finishes his stuff and walks out. And I mean, the secretary knew he was there and was kind of like, like he's just going on. My dad walks out and he's just kind of like, so it's wrong. So the person behind the counter, but they're more worried about the person hearing than like, dude, shut up. That's not the way to talk about people. They're more like, it's funny, but what? Oh, why didn't you say we have one in the office? But again, it's over there. Not. Fuck you, man. Fire me then, you piece of shit. I don't want to work for you. If that's what you're going to talk about, people, I don't want to work here. Yeah, right. Like people in America have principles, have integrity. No, that dollar talks and bullshit walks. If nothing else, the damage is done because the people of America believe America is a good thing. And they're willing to fight to defend that. Just saying America is not a good thing. If you're in a crowd, you're gonna get in America, you're not gonna get people going, yeah. It's kind of shitty. It's better than the how could you? And the Constitution. This is the best the world has to offer, man. Fuck. But changing subjects. We got to work on music today, Mike and I. So we have those 3 songs: "If At All," "Drown Me," and "Dead Eye Dream." They're pretty much finished. I mean, they're finished. They just need to be mixed, really, mixed well. But man, they're sounding fucking great. They're sounding great, and so I'm going to try and get those done, at least like a unmastered mix this week of the 3. If At All is damn near there. It just needs like it needs to be. It's a little bit too compressed, and the high end's a little too bright. Of course, if I uncompress it, maybe I'll let it breathe a little bit more, and the high end may not stick out so much. Drown Me is like the only 3-chord song I've ever written, and the shit Mike does over there is fucking incredible, man. Um, but yeah, I love that song. I mean, I think it's one of my catchiest, one of my best like commercial songs I've ever written. So yeah, that was really good. And it's about the girl I love, so I'm glad he could help and make it be that much better. Did I Dream? Um, Fuck, man, I think that one's really good because it's got a groovy, heavy kind of feel. So we've got, I mean, these three songs have a really good showing. Um, if it all is kind of sludgy a bit, but with the guitars, it's not muddy. It's like sludge. It's fucking just dope, man. Because like this clean that's picking over top of it. Like I'm doing this clean, like these two fucking and he's just Mike's just killing it, dude. So yeah, we are kind of sticking with fairly simple, getting the structure down, and then kind of like layering on top. We were talking about that today. I was like, it's really ridiculous because you could spend like a year and a half working on a piece, just really trying to get intricate, trying to get all the fucking so that you hit the notes every fucking time. And it's very technical and very whatever, only to get beat out popularity wise by da 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 da. Where you like do 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 do, and the bass line and the drums and everything's going, and there's flute sign, there's fucking synths coming in, there's all kinds of shit, and it's fucking technically a fucking perfect song, and nobody wants nothing to do with it really. This is like a good, it's like a good beat. This is I can sing along to. There's no parts to repeat. Otherwise, classical music isn't popular now. But it's just weird to think about, like, what's the next popular instrument going to be? Because forever it was the piano. Jerry Lee Lewis, um, Little Richard, just all these people, Ray Charles, on and on and on, and then suddenly, Billy Joel, and then suddenly, guitar, 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 guitar. I mean, drums have always been like a good instrument to have because I mean it's just you actually dealing with the fundamentals of the timing. It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I mean, you're doing shit. You're playing with the note with the timing and subdividing. I mean, just those kind of shit where both, switching. Kurt Cobain played a bit of drums. Chris Cornell started on drums. Mark Lanigan started on drums. Chino Moreno started on drums. He wanted to be a drummer, and he actually tried, but he said he sucked at it, so he wanted to be in the band. So he started working on being the singer for Deftones. There's a lot of really interesting stuff like that. Lanigan was going to be the drummer. Traded some weed. He was dealing weed. And he traded some weed to somebody for like a kick drum, a snare, and like a shitty hi-hat. And he sucked at it. So I believe Cornell actually could play, which explains like the weird off timing and stuff. And like off timing, I was thinking about like, them bones. So 7/8, almost an 8/8, So instead of being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, which is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7/8. So along, going up a big old. And he goes back to 4/4, then back into 7/8. I remember when it came out, people were like, "Oh, it's just got a weird, just got off." It says it's not right, but it sounds cool. But I'd already, I mean, me and Matt were already writing that kind of stuff because, yeah, when we'd be working on stuff and there'd be like a riff. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we had a really cool riff that was doing that kind of stuff, and Opie was having a hard time catching on because he wasn't used to playing that kind of like off time stuff. And he's like, "There's something wrong with that, man. There's something wrong with it." And Matt's like, "No." And I looked at, I saw it because we were having a hell of a time getting a drummer. I was like, "I think he's right. I think I hear what he's saying." And he's like, "Right." And I'm like, "Why don't we just at least try it?" He's like, "I guess we can try it." And then we tried it without the 5/4, like in the 4/4. And Opie's like, "Yeah, there, now it's playing." And I was like looking at Matt, like, "We have a drummer though, and the song is, it's there, and we can work with him." You know, no, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It feels wrong or sounds wrong, but it works. 5/4 works. 7/8. I mean, there's just all kinds of like weird off time. 9/4. And all this, like, again, it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Instead of just being like 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. It has to go because like the riff is extra long. It has to go to like 7, 5, whatever the hell it is. Or again, if you're breaking down to eighths, it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. That's eighths because you're subdividing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 8 hits in there, so that's eighths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get to this. It's an 8 right there. You take one away. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. See how it's just going off? It's not. But then if you're with 7/4, basically it's 7 times through. It'd be 28/4, which would round it back up. You know what I mean? Be an even division. You gotta do those kind of things, or you can just do it 4 times through, like what would normally feel normal. But after we got Opie primed to that shit, we really started, like, especially with me, Opie, and Scott, we started really doing a lot more experimental shit. Like, I'd be playing 3/4, Scott be playing in 4/4. Well, actually, Opie be playing 3/4, I'd be playing 4/4, and Scott be playing like 6/8. And we hit, and then the song would go, and then it'd come back together, and then like and then we're just doing our own shit, and it's just it's this weird pulse. It was really fucking cool because they go off to their own thing, but at the same time they're linking up, and they're just kind of fucking coming back in together and shit. So it's fun. That's one of the fun things about it. Again, just like listening back to the riff and being like, it needs to change there. I don't know what, but it needs a change there. For me, if it goes like more than 8, if you're planning on doing it, then cool. For more than 8 times through. Other than that, you're really repeating things too much, and it'll get trimmed down for radio anyways, because people want to feel that natural. Unless it's got, like I said, like if you're doing it intentional. The beginning of Ride On, for me, I did I intentionally went too long, so people are going, "Oh fuck," and they think it's gonna go another two, and then cut that in half. You know, it's like dun 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 dun, and it seems like it's gonna do that a total of 12 times. You know, instead of just eight, because it's supposed to like right when you expect to go, you know, and kick in, it goes like again. You're like, oh shit, it's kind of fucking doing the four. There are a couple of songs I've heard that. Like I was listening to some Foo Fighters, and it's like, since fucking with this one, my poor brain, poor brain. I can't save you from my poor brain, brain. And you're just going on and on. I was like, that's enough, man. Okay. The girl says that it's enough. Okay. I'm like, that's nuts. Dude, that's too many times. Okay. That kind of shit happens to me a lot. But he's probably thinking the same thing I was, you know. Everybody's probably getting tired of it right about now. I think it's gonna go two more times. And so I just end up with, hey, please don't go. Okay, it doesn't. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll pull that up real quick. I just wanted to show that what I'm talking about. I'm sure it's not hard to figure out, but I just like to give examples for anyone that might not quite. I'll just play the beginning of it anyway. So, geared my right on. What are you doing? Hmm. What are you doing? Hmm. Reading what? What are you reading? Are you gonna load it now? I'm guessing no. Because I did this earlier and just sat there. So I gotta figure out what's going on with this hard drive. Maybe I need to shut it down and restart it. It may just haven't been. I haven't rebooted this thing in a while. Just the hard drive. Lose connection. Start it back up. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not responding. Why are you not responding? Hmm. There was a couple that I wanted to do. Oh, I learned some stuff today. Part of one of the reasons my guitars are so bright, I found the frequency I need to be boosting to get it to like if the guitars are too bright. I need to turn it like I'm always trying to get it to stand out, and so since the bass has got that cover, I tend to boost the bass. I mean the treble end, and it comes out the mix, but it's also very pretty harsh. And so today I actually messed with some of the lower frequencies, and all of a sudden it's like this ballsier end of it. I'm like, okay, okay, okay. I've just been neglecting the lower end of the guitar sound, which makes sense that I need to bump that up because the mid section of the song seems a bit hollow of most of my music. It's just not as full as it could be. And it's probably like the bass is all down here and the guitars are all up here, and there's just not a whole lot in that area right there. And the vocals are up here, so it's just very bright. So bringing the guitars lower end, give it much more roar than just that high hissy kind of sound. So what I end up doing is bumping that range to get it to stick out in the mix, and then trimming off the very very high end so it's not as painful in the ears. But without that bottom end of the guitar, it still stays bright. Like by itself, you're like, okay, that's clear. in the mix with everything going, it's just kind of like, fuck, why is it so bright? You know. And I was telling Mike today, I can't swear by it, but since they don't, computers cannot do rounded, you know. So when you see like the graphic EQ, like the square, you know, that's not how bass and all those things reproduce. It's a sine wave, you know, boom, unless you have distortion on it. But even then, the lower end is just rounded. The higher ends are rounded, but the actual waveform shape is more jagged in digital. You know, it's just, and so those things when you boost them in analog, like the high end, it comes off as air and it's very pleasing and musical. When you're doing it in digital without the right controlling to it, it comes off very, very bright because, like I say, again, it doesn't round off. It, you know, these little blocks, how no matter how small, your frequency spectrums, like, you know, these blocks are just like that, and some are peaking up, and it's just agitating on the ear instead of being round, smoother. The higher your resolution, the closer you'll get to it. The bass end also, I think that's why there's a lot more clipping in digital and stuff like that. The type of clipping that you get in digital, but I could be wrong. I'm just kind of supposing on stuff that I'm seeing and paying attention to. Like I said, my high ends are always very brittle and a little bit painful. And then I listen to other mixes and I'm like, see, what the fuck is that? And they recorded to analog first, you know, and it's got the same like clearness in the top end. I'm like, why is there? I mean, it's not like it's the same kind of, you know, I mean, it's the same about, but mine's jaggedy and painful. Oh yeah, it's not. It's not round like analog. It's a bunch of those little things, and it takes sample points. You know, instead of being, and then when you bump that up, each one of those is like a fucking nail in your ear. All right, so this one is Color Me Ugly. Yeah. Let's see how that turned out. Like it. I like it. I like it. Um, I can't really listen to the speakers right now, so that's about as far as I'm going to be able to take it without going through like the near fields and then the far fields or the whatever they are. I'm just gonna shut that down for right now. I haven't. My stomach's been feeling kind of fucking weird. I'm not sure. Maybe I might have caught something. I haven't gone out many places, but just the store. So might have caught like a little bit of flu. It felt kind of like feverish a little bit. Not bad. Um, Hopefully it goes away soon. Hopefully it doesn't start getting worse. I don't think it's gonna get worse though. I was actually feeling much worse yesterday and the day before. Yeah, like if I moved around too much, just kind of throwing up. Felt like I was going. I thought I was going through like withdrawal or something like that, but I haven't been taking as much Tramadol. So, man, let's go. Ready to pop, dude. But speaking of ready to pop, this fucking it's about to go down. Part of it, anyways, because yeah, Yeshua comes back before the great and terrible day of the Lord. They're not the same thing. Yeshua comes back, then his dad comes back. But I mean, can you imagine across the planet the number of Christians that they saw? I'm like, oh hell yeah, it's time. Where'd he go? He forgot. He didn't forget me. I'm not going. Well, whose fault is that? Yeah, I mean, who can I take this out on? Who tricked me? You did. It's like not Solomon, David tricked himself into believing it's so important to God that he can do whatever he wants to, including taking his best soldier's wife by sending him out to war and then pulling the troops back right as they engage. Now he's dead and she's a widow. Not adultery. God's like, yeah, right. No, so bad that you won't build my temple. Your son will. No, no, I'm important. No, you're not. No, you're not. You chose me, and now I choose someone else. Why does everybody think this gonna last forever just because you got picked? It's like fame, if you will. Yeah, you get famous, and that doesn't mean that you just stay there. There are thousands of ways of fucking that up. Just be yourself and wait. You'll come crashing to a halt. But there are people that just like they genuinely like to make music for people, you know, and like I enjoy making it and people enjoy my music, but I'd much rather have like who I am, you know, rather than playing like okay, I really can't stand myself, but people really like the tunes. But some people just want that, you know, they want it that badly. I do not. Um, yeah, man, I have a lot of things I'd like to do. That's not one of them. Tons of things I can think of to do with, forever. It doesn't mean I get to go. So, again, even though I'm like saying this coming and I'm pretty positive it's coming, doesn't mean I'm invited. I'm just saying as like a Jehovah's Witness type thing, I'm saying he's on his way. Father and Son. We're just waiting for the Antichrist to be revealed, the man of sin to be revealed. Again, how fast after that does it happen? I fucking don't know. That's not my call. Never has been, never will be. I mean, I try to watch the signs to see if I can figure it out. No harm in that. The harm is kind of like when you're like, it is coming Thursday. You it is. No, it really is. Because then, like, with that whole rapture thing they had, where people out there waiting, it didn't happen. You can never just go, I was wrong. The preacher was wrong, and apparently I should stop listening to this fucking guy. I always have to go, we got the date wrong, but it's still, no, no, no. It's still going to happen exactly like we said. You said, I mean, you don't have a say so. What does the Bible says? The Bible says you won't know that. And then it's just a crazy, crazy, crazy process. This whole being alive thing, it's nuts. I think if it was like to give like most people would probably review it as don't do it. Just don't do it. It's just not with the people here, it's just not worth it. But I guarantee you swap out the characters and everybody's be like, fuck, that was the best fucking thing ever. Was, it is, it currently is. I mean, just not even just stopping for a second to reflect on how awesome it is. And then I'm right back in because it's fucking fun. Can't have fun with fucking Pam Bondi. People that know the truth and purposefully skewer. It's one thing to be wrong. That's already offensive enough to be wrong. You know? But then to be like, again, Pam Bondi was in that fucking thing. They're just asking. She knew she's full of shit. And so, like, they're doing their whole bullshit thing where it's just long ass fucking. Sad. Very sad, very pathetic to watch them work and think that it's actually it's succeeding is really pathetic. But they think that I get that it's working on the people. Some of the people. Most people have given up on that bullshit. You know? Trusting anything out of those fuckers' mouths. But there's a few people hanging on. Maybe he's just waiting until they actually full on admit it. And if they won't, I mean, it's like with irrefutable proof. Yeah. I think right now they know. They're hoping, They know it ain't. I mean, again, how can you look at all the people? It's not a matter of superiority, it's a matter of inferiority and sour grapes. There's no ways in this couch potato ass fucking Monday morning footback pieces of shit could look at a rock climber or an athlete or a football player, even just an average person walking around doing life the right way and think they're superior. No, it's more like how do we kill all the superior people so that we're the superior ones? See? We're wholly and completely inferior in every fucking way. And if it wasn't for this gun, we'd be inferior at warfare. But in mental tactics, like poison blankets, disease infested, things like that, signing a treaty knowing you're going to break it. Knowing you don't mean it. No, don't go past Mississippi. USA. Been around for 250 years. You'd think that by the attitude of everybody that there was no time before America. Or if there was, it was a very dark and wicked time. And since America burst on the scene, well, goodness has prospered and triumphed around the world with our steady, level-headed leadership. The quality of the entire world has risen. And yet America still seems to be peaking and making the better even better and more perfect. And then everybody rises up to that, and then it goes more perfect, and it's just getting better, and it's just getting shittier and shittier and shittier and shittier with each vote. The wicked seed at the very root of it is starting to show its fucking head. It's casting its timely fruits. A bunch of sour, nasty, rotten fruit. Screaming about, look how sweet I am. Yeah, compared to a fucking just chewing on sassafras root or dirt, America's very, very sweet. Compared to shit and garbage, very delicious. Compared to what God has intended for us, it's just a bunch of fucking microwavable junk food. Unfulfilling garbage. Making you fat, slow, weak, embarrassingly feeble. And your leader shows that. Constantly talking about how much of a fucking man he is, and every test of a man, he's failed. Every single test. Being a good dad, fail. Good provider, fail. Good husband, fail. A good man, fail. Cheat, swindler, a piece of shit. Yet somehow this is going to be the savior, the MAGA savior, the Republican savior. Just admit it that it was your only chance to possibly win, and that's all you cared about. You didn't care about America. You didn't care about freedom. You didn't care about the Constitution. You didn't care about right and wrong. You cared about winning and saying, fuck you, libtards. That's it. And there's Paul Ryan. No. Mitt Romney. No. It's been since Ronald Reagan, since you've had someone to polarize the Republicans this way. No one. And look what he polarized around: hatred, disgust, pedophilia. Things you guys all got in common. Lies. Lies you wanted to believe about your superiority, about your goodness, about your kindness, about how to fix it. So realizing that all your ideas are stupid, not well thought out, and in most cases already tried before and failed miserably to the point we retired it for good. And you breaking it out like there's barely any holes in it. We just let it dry for a little bit and we can wear it. I know it's like 20 sizes too small, because the Constitution was designed for 13 colonies and hasn't been updated to, as I said before, the forefathers were so smart they couldn't fucking conceive someone not buying into the system and or abusing it, because there's no checks and balances for what he's doing right now, is there? And the only way you can get there is someone going dishonorable. You know, when they're on the stand, they'll lie and perjure themselves. Yeah. And then the other people won't hold them to account. Congress is the checks on the president. So if the Congress is run by Republicans, and the Supreme Court is run by Republicans, and the White House is run by Republicans, it doesn't matter what anybody, the people in the, that's what I said way back in the day. It doesn't matter what you think. If they want it to be legal, Supreme Court just goes, done. And again, you'll have to sue them. The damage is done. The White House is destroyed. Democracy is ruined. The belief in America around the world is destroyed. Utterly destroyed. Any idea that Americans were even remotely smart. We are the, and some, I guess, kind of good. We're that now. Oh, we're going to put you guys on a travel ban that you can't get from these shithole countries. And you know what they said? Fuck you. No more visas allowed to U.S. citizens. Oh, Trump didn't see that. Why? Canada saying fuck you. We withdraw from the entire fucking thing. We're not your friends anymore. You won't tariff us at all because we just won't do business with you. Brazil has more in common with fucking Mexico. BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China. And other ones. I'm pretty sure Spain's in there. I think there's a second C. And in Mexico? If, unlike us, around the world, they look at Hispanic people and or whatever as a way to compete, to keep prices down. Yeah. What it takes is a fucking shift in mentality. Your whole idea of running a fucking store, carpentry, whatever, dead. Find something else to do, or do it for their price. That, motherfuckers, is called capitalism. You don't like it, do you? Well, it's not fair. It's not fair if a foreigner comes in. Well, what about Elon Musk? Just surrender NASA, Starlink. There's so many fucking satellites up there. He doesn't answer to the United States, does he? We wanted him to use that to help Ukraine keep their internet and stuff up and going. He's for Russia. He said no. Nah, I'm gonna do that. Shut him down instead. So this whole looking to do good for the world has been eradicated. We can go ahead and get rid of Elon Musk. All of his ideas, all of his stupid plans, all of his stupid thoughts, his stupid fucking money. We can just fucking crash that motherfucker straight to the goddamn ground and curb stomp him on the way out. Because he's a bitch. An ugly bitch at that, too. Just a dumb motherfucker. He and Trump deserve each other. Chainsaw. And the people cheering. How that chainsaw feel going through your goddamn jobs and your economy now? How are all those fucking Democrat jobs in the government? Those were just killing Democrat jobs. We're stopping food stamps to Democrat. We are not sending FEMA payments out. That doesn't sound like we the people at all. We don't want the county center changed. Why would they nominate you, dumbass? Oh, because you stacked it with full of your people. Before even going in, you said you wanted it. How's it doing now that you put your name on it, Trump? People canceling. It was doing very, very well financially. It's now just bottoming out. Because Trump putting his name on anything is enough for people to go, yuck. Yuck. Trump all-you-can-eat buffet. Just think about those words. It's got to be fucking rats and all the worst shit. There's nothing about that man that screams like luxury, intelligence, or success, aside from a poor person's idea. A very, very poor and stupid person's idea of what being rich should be like. Yeah, all these people are holding on their money. If I were just like, if I had my money and you spend it all, and you'd be as bankrupt as he is, morally and financially. If all the reporting about him is true, it seems to me that since you can't be the best at anything, and kind of explains the whole, I'll explain that later. It'd be the worst. You know? Alphonse Capone. I've been indicted more times than him. Than Alphonse Capone. Alphonse. Not Al Capone. Alphonse. I will be in the history books as being worse than Al Capone. You guys are going to remember me as being the worst, most despicable, loathsome, vile. If the lie count is correct, in his first term, there was something like at least like 5 to 6 lies a day. A day. Even worse, there's not a day that fucker is not on my goddamn TV. They're talking about him, they're discussing, you know what I mean? It's just nonstop. And it went away. And Biden was there. It fucking ruled. It fucking ruled. Talk shows could be just talk shows. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Now, if you don't want to talk, you have to because it's so like, okay, dude, what the fuck? Last week, tonight, like, oh yeah, we have all kinds of shit we'd rather talk about, but we have to talk about this. There's no choice. You know, act like it didn't happen. I mean, Michelle Wolf tried to do that, but the thing is, she came out with one of the funniest 15 minutes in comedic history, just telling truth to power. Turns out Trump's the one pussy you can't grab. On and on. Trump's so broke. I mean, just that 15 minutes was near flawless. She had one stumble in there a little bit. Aside from that, it was fucking flawless. I was like, God damn. Brutal, funny. You know, brave, because, I mean, this is the fucking president. And she's saying, turns out Trump is the one pussy you can't grab. After that, he shut down the correspondence dinner. He needed a safe space. It could be, you know, loved, like Fox News. And they, you know, Fox News people need a safe space where they can cry and complain about how hard it is to be white in America. You don't know. You don't know how tough being black can't be any tougher. Because whatever you're going through is the worst, right? No one's had it worse. Even similar cases haven't suffered like you. Right, maggots? This one's different. Because it's me. And these things aren't supposed to happen to me. It's supposed to happen to you, and you, but not me. Do you understand how sad that makes me? That it happened to me when it should be happening to you or your kids? It's happened to me and my kids? Fuck. That's bullshit. That's bullshit there. I know how to feel sorry for people. But I know how to feel sorry for myself way better. I don't know. I need to get some fucking food. My stomach's like, I just ate not so long ago, but I haven't been eating a ton. I had some spaghetti earlier, and then I had like an apple and some other shit. But having a fucking blizzard happening out there, man, it's crazy. It got warm enough that a lot of the snow melted. Like the stairs, my stairs were completely clean, as opposed like the day before they were just covered in snow, and basically it was all gone. Next door, the walkway over there was completely covered. That's like all the cement was like there was no snow on the cement. And I opened the door today, and it's just like it's just this little small shit. So I imagine it's gonna be coming in soon. That fucking cold just blasting right through that little shitty glass. It's not even glass, it's like a plastic little thing in the door. I don't know if you know how mobile home doors are, but fuck. It isn't even good for keeping out flies. They'll still just fucking. Yeah, there we go. What's for dinner? Well, why are you tripping, man? Why are you trying to keep me out? I noticed you put all the fucking screens on the windows. That's bullshit. This is our house. We both live here, fucker. You gotta at least give me 30-day notice. Shit. Um, but yeah. Watch for some Troth coming soon. After we do those, we're gonna move on to some new tracks. Start writing some new shit. That'd be really cool. Like do batches of three. You know, just three. You know, because that was like it captures a bit of time, captures a bit of time, captures a bit of time, and then just fucking shuffle them all up. You know, so it's eclectic and homogenous and all that shit. I've always wanted to do a song, an album, because you know the song is basically in a key, and I wanted to have like the song, like if you play the key of each song, it makes a riff. Wow, that'd be fucking dope. Just play the key of each fucking song, each note, and there's like 12 notes. You can play them in whatever order you want, but they're in key and they work together. It'd be fucking dope. I've been thinking about that for so fucking long. And then also like, you know, having the album and like you know, the whatever the title is, and then like each name is a different, you know, yeah. I like doing that kind of stuff. It's UG on. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and should probably put some lotion on too. It's fucking cold. I've already got fairly dry skin. It just like pulls the moisture like right. But off to get some food. Maybe come back, play some drums or something. Fucking mouse always goes to sleep, and I never remember to do this. 8:39. I don't know, man. I've been sleeping kind of weird recently, just kind of off and on, off and on. So I don't know when I'll fall back asleep or when I, you know. I'll figure it out. It's time for food. Oh shit! I should probably go to the store and get some. I gotta get some water. Oh, walk in the store now. That's balls. That's like ballsy balls. I see what's happening. The weather's gonna get worse. I need to get out there and do that now. Fuck. So now that like I would love a four-wheeler. Just go over that ramp on the hill. Fill the parking spot. Jump off midair, like in the video game. All right, I'm gonna go. See you soon.